Welcome to today's art show. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make some fun crafts for Mother's Day. You're going to want to gather all your supplies. Today we'll be using tape, scissors, a pencil, some markers, pencils, I don't even know, some watercolors, oh I dropped the tape, some crayons, some sketching paper, normal paper, and some special watercolor paper. Now, you're gonna wanna take a piece of your normal paper and tear it out like so. And maybe tear out one more. Now you should have two pieces of paper, and one of them's a backup so you can just set it to the side. And then we're gonna take our first piece of paper and take our crayons. And with our crayons, we're going to pick a color that your mom likes, or just any color. I'm gonna do red, violet. The violet is the color I chose. So now I'm going to take my crayon and my paper, and I'm gonna color the whole one side of it red, violet. Coloring my paper just back and forth, and it's coming up with these cool designs because I'm working on a table like that. I recommend just coloring the whole thing back and forth, but if you want you can do swirly designs or whatever you want. I'm gonna keep coloring your paper till it's done. Now I'm done coloring my whole paper. It has a few spots that aren't exactly in line with the design, but it's okay, because it doesn't have to be perfect. You're gonna take your paper and you're gonna flip it down to the opposite side with the coloring on it. I just wanted to add a quick comment. So if you do not want to take the time to color a whole piece of paper, you can just use a colored piece of construction paper. It's your choice. Now that we have it face down, so the white side should be up, we're gonna take the side. Let me grab something to work on, see what I can see. Okay. We're gonna take the sides like so, and you're gonna fold them over so the pink is up, but not too much. So do that. Try to make it even. I'm not always the best at this part. So you see what I did? And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other side. There we go. Then, so now it should look like this. And then the other side should look a little bit skinnier. Okay, and now, this is where the tape comes in. I'm gonna grab my tape, which is right over here. When I fell, it must have got a little bit. Just get rid of it, set it down. So now, we're gonna take our tape, and you can also use glue. Liquid glue might take a little longer. Glue stick would probably be good for this, but I'm gonna use tape today. So, well, if you're using liquid glue, all you have to do is take it, put a line across right here, shut it, and probably put something like a crayon box on it and let it sit. Well, if you have a big crayon box. And then same with a glue stick, except you probably would not have to hold it down. And then, but with you're doing what I'm doing with tape, you're gonna take about a pretty big piece. You're gonna take it, you're gonna put it right along right here. So kind of overlapping the edge, like so. Like that. Can you see that? And then you're gonna just keep doing that all the way across. Try to push the air out before you tape it down, or glue it down. Tape it down, and then I'll come back once I'm done taping it. I'm done taping this one side. It's taped all the way, and I try to push as much air out. And then may or might or not have just regular tape. There we go. It's a little crooked, but I got it. Okay, now you're gonna do the same with the other side, and I'll be back as soon as I'm done. Now that I have both sides taped, I'm gonna want to set it on my flat surface. I'm using a crayon box because you might not be able to see if I put it on the table. I think it's a little too low. So you're gonna take whichever side you want, and you're going to place it and fold it. So you're gonna want to fold it about there. More than halfway, maybe a little less. I think I'm gonna go a little less. Put that right there. I don't know if that's the same. I think I just, no, yeah, I think that's the same. So right along there. And you're gonna wanna take your tape. You're gonna wanna grab that. And so now that you have your tape, take the sticky side and pull it back. So it's like, so it's all sticky around the outside. And you're gonna want to take your envelope. You're gonna want to place it down, like so. You're going to want to try to make it pretty good, like so. So that's just gonna be a bit of a starter. And then I recommend a glue stick for this part, but I forgot to grab one and I don't want to go grab one, so I'm just gonna have to use tape. But it does look prettier if you use a glue stick. And then take tape and do that. And then, so once you get to the edge, it's a little bit hard, so you're gonna take your scissors and cut the part that's curved if you're having that issue. If you're having that issue, I think you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Because when I put the tape on, it went over the edge, so I curved it. But if you don't want to, you can just fold it down. But it's gonna have that one part that's not sticky. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same exact thing for the other side. Okay, take this piece. So that it's a circle sticky around the outside. Then I'm going to want to take it, my paper, put those down, and set it down. Try to keep it underneath that. Okay, we're gonna take your tape and tape that shut. Try not to leave very many cracks. It's okay if there's a little bit, but hope there's not much of a crack. So I'm just gonna fold the overhanging part down, and then I'm gonna take this piece and fold it down, like so. Okay, so now it's like this. So now what I'm gonna wanna do, set it down, and I'm gonna take this part right here, and let me just show you. Okay. There. So it's like that. So I just took it and folded one triangle and one triangle. And then take it. So take it then and fold it like this. Get that nice bend in it. There. So it should look like that on the back and this in the front. It's okay if it sticks up. Okay, now tape it. Okay, take our tape. We're gonna take it and see this side right here on here. You know how it flips, how it stays up? You're gonna tape that down. I got too much. Like that. Then tape it right along here. See that? Tape it right along here. And then I'm going to leave right here alone because I don't want to tape this pocket right here shut. Great. Now, you should be able to put your hand in it and it does not break open on the sides. If it does, tape, glue, or do more. And if you use glue, make sure you let it dry before you go doing this. So let it sit for like a while and then come back to it and do all this stuff. Okay, and now, it's the envelope. And if you do not like how it has this flat tip right here, I recommend when you fold this part, fold it lower so that you have more to make a tip. Normally I make them with a tip, but this time I messed up a little, but it's fine, it looks perfect anyways. Okay, now what we're gonna wanna do is go to your bag of pencils, markers, or wherever you're keeping them, and pick a marker. I'm gonna take the purple one or the red one. I don't know if this one works. I think it does though, because it's in the pack. So now I'm gonna take my purple marker and make sure it works because it looks pretty dry. And it shouldn't be in my marker bag and pencil bag if it's dry, but just in case. What should I drop? Maybe a flower. Ooh. Yep, that's definitely dry, not coming out very good. Let's take my bag. Ooh, forgot to cut this. Okay. Maybe a red one, because love, Mother's Day. Need to shut that. There we go. Now we're gonna take the marker and test it. Okay, that came out pretty good. Now I'm gonna take this, and you can write anything you want. I'm gonna write Mom on it. I'm gonna go over these things to make it kind of bold. Okay, I'm gonna underline that. Great. Okay. Now I have it say Mom. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to the next part to make this envelope the best Mother's Day gift ever. Envelope. Put it to the side over here. Great. Now, gonna clean up a little, move things around to get started on the next project. Rearranged everything for our next project, so the stuff we're gonna be using is closer to me. And now we're gonna start. The supplies that we're mostly gonna be using are watercolor paper, some nice watercolors, scissors, and some tape. So let's get started. Almost forgot the pencil. We're gonna tear a piece of watercolor paper out. So let's find a piece that's not used. Okay, now I'm gonna tear one piece of paper out. It's pretty hard. Not as soft as the other paper. Oh, it's windy out. I'm gonna open up my watercolors. And it came with a brush, so I didn't grab any, but I might have to grab it because I don't know how nice this brush is. Okay, I got it. Came with this little pamphlet. I don't think I'm gonna need that, so I'm just gonna set it right there. This is the first time I ever opened these watercolors, so they're brand new, which is gonna be nice. Okay. Got the paintbrush, and it looks pretty flimsy. I think I'm gonna go grab some paintbrushes, just in case. Okay, I just got 2 jars of paintbrushes. Oh, this one has water at the bottom of it. Okay, here's the other one. Oh, this one has even more water at the bottom of it. And all these paintbrushes look dry. Okay, I got the paper towel. What else do I need? Oh no, we're doing watercolors. I forgot the water. I better go grab some. I got this green little container full of water. So I'm just gonna put that to the side. Okay, now I'm going to grab my piece of construction paper. No, it's watercolor paper, yes. I'm gonna grab my container of I'm gonna grab my piece of paper. I already grabbed it. Okay, now you are gonna grab your piece of paper and you're gonna take it and sit down right in front of you. Where's my crayon box? I need my crayon box. So that and everything just dropped. So that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. First, where is my pencil? This is why I organize. Not find my pencil, so I had to go back into the house and grab a pencil. But guess what? It doesn't have the eraser, so that's great. Okay, so I get more comfortable in my chair. Okay. Now I'm going to move my watercolors back for now, because we're not working with those right now. Okay. And I just found my pencil. Wow. Okay, so now I'm going to take my pencil, and I guess I'll do it and then show you, because I keep having to move the camera forward since the sun's coming in. I can't let it frighten my camera. So, let's see. So, okay. Since this is watercolor paper, not as easy to erase on as normal paper, construction paper. So, I'm gonna try to get it right the first time. So I just drew a heart. I'm not the best at drawing hearts, but that's what I can do. So that was just a practice. Okay. So now what you're gonna want to do is grab your envelope like so and measure it. So I know that when I put this down, I'm gonna have to minus the sides. So put lines there. And I know that one. There. And then I know it's gonna go over a little there. Okay. So I'm gonna try to make a heart that's inside of these lines. So it's gonna be like that. Not too big, not too small. Okay. Let me see but try to make it a reasonable size. Okay. Now that I did that, I'm going to take my scissors that I just moved. Wow, it is windy out. Okay. So take my scissors. Actually, I have a better idea. We're gonna come back to the cutting step, move our envelope, okay. And I'm gonna take my watercolors back, set them on my crayon box. Okay, so I think this pamphlet said something about what each color is. Might be wrong. Okay, here's the instructions. Okay, colors. Does it say what all the colors are called? No. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to make up names for them. How do you shut this? Okay, I'm gonna stop the video and come back once I get this thing shut. Wait, I got it, yes. Okay, never mind. There we go. Set that down. Okay, I'm gonna shift the table. Take my paper towel, set it right next to here. So, okay, I guess I'll show you what colors I'm using. So since it's Mother's Day, my mom likes the color pink, and pinks love hearts, you know, all connected somehow. So these are all the colors that I have. Never used, so pretty awesome. Got these from Easter. Okay, so I think the colors that I'm gonna aim to use are pink, 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 pink. This one's a bit more of a, which one was it looking at? This one's a bit more of a purple, actually. This one looks more like purple. This one's a pink. Okay, these 6, no, I'm not gonna use this one, but these 6, I can't count. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm gonna use. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna put these right here. And I'm gonna put my paper up here. Okay, this is gonna be weird. I have limited space because of the sun. So I'm gonna get my paintbrush wet in the water. Okay, now I'm gonna start with this color, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get my paintbrush in it, watercolor brush. Yeah, that needs way more water. I really dip it in there, hold it in there under the water for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then kind of rub it on the edge. Okay, let's go. So you can kind of see it all in there. Still don't think this is the best brush in the world, but I think it's gonna have to work. Okay, I'm gonna shut this, move this so you guys can hopefully see. Okay, I'm gonna move this up front. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna try to kind of go around. So, can you see what I'm doing? I'm going around the heart, so where the pencil is. Wait, I should probably erase the pencil. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, I'm gonna I'll come back once I'm done. I'm gonna wash off my brush and come to the next color, and I'll show you what we're gonna be doing. My brush is all clean, so I'm just gonna set that down. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my palette, watercolor palette. I'm gonna choose the color I'm gonna use next. So that was more of a purpley color. So I'm gonna do a pink, this light pink or that. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of both. And then what I'm gonna be doing with them, let me show you that paper. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing with them is kind of like just spots all around. So you know, I think I'm gonna take a mixture of all those colors except that really dark purple and just spots all around, the whole thing. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, we'll come back once I'm done. The colors you can tell because they're wet. This one was more pinkish orange than I thought, so I'm not a big fan of that one, but so this is what I came out with. Can you see the color? It might look kind of gray. So yeah, so by spots I realized I think I said that kind of wrong. So I'm gonna get my paintbrush wet, get some purpley stuff on there, and I'm gonna show you what I meant. So what I did, can you see this? If you see me, you can see this. So what I did was just did this. Like so. So I just took my paintbrush. Okay. Let me find this so I can show you. So what I did is I took my paintbrush and literally just did this, or let me see something. So I kind of did like, so see how my paintbrush is not a circle? And then I went right here. And then I did that everywhere with multiple colors, the 7 colors that I showed you. And I got this beauty. Okay, now it's drying. I'm gonna put my paintbrush in the water. And I'm gonna take my scissors that are over here. Okay, got my scissors. Ooh, they're warm from sitting in the sun. And I just realized that paintbrush literally shedded its hair into it. I don't know if you can see that. But it like, no, not hair. It got its bristles in it. Okay, I got it. Now I'm gonna cut that out, and I'll come back once I'm done cutting that. I just cut it out. And yes, you have to move locations due to the sun, okay? Now I'm going to take the back of my heart and color it with this really light. I realized it's lighter than that. I'm going to color it, the whole thing with that, the whole back of it. Okay, now I got the whole thing done. And that line is from the heart on here. Remember that, testing art. Okay, now that we're done, we're going to let this sit out and dry. So I guess I'll be back once it's dry. While that dries, I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to color a bunch of little red hearts on it. So I'll show you what I mean. This is what I mean. So I'm going to draw, like, let's say 8 of those. I want to try to kind of spread them out because they're going to cut them out. So I just drew 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's 9. I'm going to take my water brush and color each of them a different color. But shades of these, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Oh, you couldn't see those. Okay, those are the ones I showed you, 7. But I ended, since there's 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I ended up using 8, 9. So I ended up using these 2. Okay, let's see. So I just covered over it. So these are the 2 that are different. Yep. Okay, now I'm gonna cut those out along the crayon line. So I cut the pink one out. It was a failure. So I'm gonna cut circles around them so that I look a little better. This is dry and these are already dry too. So that's awesome. I got all of them cut out. I literally just kind of cut around them. So set those down like so. Now I'm gonna take my card. We're gonna work with the little guys first since I want to. Okay, so recommend a glue stick for this too, but needs tape. So we're gonna make more of those circly thingies with the tape. Stick it on, and then I'm just gonna stick these around my card. So I'm gonna put one right here, and then just put them wherever you want. I only have 8 now since this one failed, but I'll be back once I'm done. All done. I got 4 on the front, 4 on the back. Can't really see this one because the color's so dark. Not a big fan of that, but now, okay. We're gonna take this and we're gonna take a colored pencil. Pick a rather dark color pencil, like a dark purple. I'll be back once I grab it. Actually, I'll grab it. So you could take black. Do I have a purple? I should have a purple. Here it is. And it's sharp. Oops. I got the ring. Come on. Deep blue. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. But okay, now on the back of this, if you have small handwriting, that's perfect. If not, just grab a piece of paper and cut like a little square. Make sure it will fit in here. And write a nice little like "I love you" sentence. I'm gonna write "Dear," and I just broke that pencil. It's great. So it's "Dear Mom, I love you!" Exclamation mark. Thank you. You for everything. Everything, exclamation mark. And then write heart. Abigail. So that's what I wrote. It's backwards since whatever. Okay, now I'm gonna take my card and I'm gonna open it up. And I'm gonna drop that in there. Okay, now we need a way to seal this. Or maybe we should add something more, I don't know. So to seal this, we're gonna take paper, write their name in bubble letters, and I'll show you what to do. I just did that. This is what I came up with. My mom's name is Lucy, so I wrote Lucy in bubble letter. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my watercolor and I'm gonna fill in her name with blue, and then I'm gonna take a real light purple, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna fill the whole thing in with light blue. So I'm gonna take this blue and I'm gonna color the whole thing in with that. Okay, be back once I'm done. Okay, I did that. It actually turned out blue because purple, since my brush was not washed enough. So it was too dark, so I ended up having to go over with a colored pencil again. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut that out. I'm done. I just took some tape, made it into that sticky ball again. I'm gonna stick it to the back. And this is what I'm gonna use to seal my car, which is gonna be super cute. Okay, I'm gonna make one. Okay, I think that's about enough. So I'm just gonna seal that shut, like so. And then I might just tape it underneath just in case. Put a little tape before I stick it on. So it's like that. Oh, no, it's not sticking off. Okay, if that's not sticking off, this is not gonna hold it on. And I actually do recommend tape for this part. So now I have tape on there. Now I'm gonna stick her name on there like so. perfect. Okay, that's beautiful. And voila, you're done. And now it's time to give it to your mom. I might do a little to the front. Now that I'm done, I can't really tell it all, but I just went around it like that, you know. So now it's done. And voila, it's beautiful, and I hope your mom really enjoys it. And then if you thought that was a little, just not a lot to put inside the card, you can make especially more. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you come up with an idea to make for your mom. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks. Bye.